What's up guys and welcome to the Friday. Today's video is about my very first time, my very first experience, my very first, yeah. Not talking about my very first sexual encounter. Those of you that are already thinking about that, you horny little bastards, because I was thinking the same thing very first saw this video idea. Instead, this video is about like very first times at doing things or saying things or experiences or situations and blah blah blah, all that stuff. So let's get started. Boom! First word. I believe, if I remember correctly, my very first word was boom. And yeah, ever since then I haven't stopped saying it, you know? I'm kidding. I asked my mama and she said that she taught me to say ba. So my very first word was ba. I guess I would walk around, you know, like a G with my diaper and shit in it, and I would say ba everywhere because ba was ba. Alright, moving on. My first best friend. I didn't get my first best friend that I know of until 3rd grade, just because before that I was still learning to speak English, so I didn't really have friends until then. But anyways, my very first best friend was Guillermo Gonzalez. This friendship lasted from 3rd grade all the way to past high school. We both played soccer, so it was like very easy to get along with him. We would play kickball during recess and we'd be like the best ones out there. During the summer of, I think, 4th grade, right after 4th grade or before 4th grade, one of those summers, I would go over to his house a lot, and that's back when like Super Nintendo was in, so we'd play like a whole bunch of Mario Kart. He had an older brother, and his older brother was extremely into like Playboys and Hustlers and all these like nude magazines, and that was my very first time opening up one of these magazines and seeing these girls naked. And yeah, ever since then I've loved girls a lot. My very first pet. Kind of dumb story and funny at the same time, I think, hopefully. I actually would dig a lot when I was younger, and I would get ants and take them to school with me. I would like put like spoonfuls of dirt and ants in my backpack and take them, and I would pretend they were my little pets, but they would always escape. So yeah. Besides that, my very first real pet was a cat. My mom and sister are like super cat people, and I remember, I think it was like goldish with like crazy greenish eyes, and her name was Morris, but yeah, which was actually a tiger. Now I know that it was a tiger, and we were actually holding it illegally. My first fear. I guess my first fear was I was petrified of the dark. I could not walk around the house without turning on every single light as I was getting to them. So like if I was in my room and I had to get to the kitchen, I would turn on my room light, I would turn on the hall light, I would turn on the kitchen, get my milk, drink it extremely quick because the whole rest of the house was still dark. So it was still scary, even though the lights were still on around my area. But I would drink it, put it away, turn off the light, run, turn off that light, run to my room, turn off the light, jump in bed, because yeah, the darkness was scary and still is to this day. I sleep with the light on. My very first car. This was when I'm pretty sure I was like a sophomore. I had a 91 Lincoln Town Car. So those town cars, for those of you who don't know what they are, those like long ass mafia looking Lincoln Town Cars. This was during the time that I was like super into ghetto-ness. I would wear like big ass pants and big ass shirts and rubber bands, and yeah, I looked retarded. I like chunkified this car. I had gold and chrome datings on it, frogged out the tires, I tinted the windows, the car was baby blue, I had a system in it, and yeah, I think I probably broke a record of getting pulled over, because I got pulled over every single day just because of the car and how gangster it looked. As soon as I would get pulled over, they would like take me straight into handcuffs and then look at me in the face and like, what are you doing driving this car? It's mine. And yeah, they'd always let me go, but yeah, I got pulled over every single day. So because of that, I hate cops, because they scare me, because they always pull me over. My first date, I went to St. John Bosco, an all-boys private high school, and we had sister schools with nothing but girls, and our very first dance was called the welcome dance, because we had like tons of dances during that time just to like mingle with girls or whatever. But the welcome dance, and me, from seeing like in movies and TV, like dances to me were like formal all the time, and you had to take dates. Except this dance, I didn't know at the time, was just a welcome dance. Was just like, hey, welcome to the school, enjoy, have fun, dance. But no, I played soccer with one of my friends, and he had an older sister, and this sister was she was hot. She played soccer too, so she had like those yummy legs and a booty and a small waist and face, and girl, beautiful. I don't remember how I asked her. I'm pretty sure I was like super scared. I think I asked her after a soccer game actually. Me and her brother had finished playing the game, and she was there watching us, and I went up to her like, hey, what's up? Do you want to go to a dance with me? Maybe? Yes? Okay, I'm walking away. And then she said yes. We got to the dance, and we walked in, and like all this like badass music was already playing. This was the very first time I had gone to a dance by myself. I didn't know how to dance with a girl during that time. I walked in and I saw these people like bumping and grinding, and I was like confused because I didn't know what they were doing. All I knew was the Running Man, so I was just like standing there like, shit, like what do I do now? Like, I'm here with the girl, and she was hot, and like all the other like freshman dudes were like coming to me like, who's this girl? I introduced her to everybody. We ended up sitting down. I pretended I was sick and my stomach was hurting, so she sat down next to me. Like a whole bunch of like dudes kept coming and asking her to dance, and then she kept saying no because she was with me, of course. Right? You know, right? It makes sense. But we were there, and then she's like, oh, do you want to dance? Like towards the end of the night. So I finally stood up and we went to the dance floor, and I was just like, I was standing there like stiff like a tree. I really did not know what to do. She stood in front of me, she bent over a little bit, she looked back, you know, and she started moving, and I didn't know what to do. So I was just there like, sit, yeah. And then she told me she did a movement like somehow she was telling me to hold her like her sides or whatever so that she can move in front of me. And what I understood was I saw a movement that looked like this. So as soon as she told me this, I was like, all right. I slapped her ass, and she turned around like with a what the f was that face, and she told me what I was doing, and I said I thought that's what you wanted me to do, but apparently not. She just wanted me to hold her. So yeah, that was my very first date, and yeah, ever since then I know how to dance now. So yeah, all right. My first kiss, I've said this in other videos, my first kiss wasn't until I was 17. It was my front neighbor, and she was over at the house, and we were on the couch in the living room, and yeah, we just turned around and started scamming. That's what it was called. We would call it macking or scamming. So that was my very first kiss, and I just remember it like being like extremely sloppy and just like saliva everywhere, and yeah, that was cool. My first love, definitely soccer. Love it to death. I'm always there for her, and she's always there for me, and it's like a win-win situation because nothing ever goes wrong between us. My very first love was that same girl. That was my first kiss. It lasted about 2 years. That was my very first girlfriend, and I fell for her like bad, but yeah. That was my first experiences, times, things. Hope you guys like this video. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Really quick before I end this video, if you guys are in the LA area or somewhere around here, me, Joshua Leyva, aka YoMuscleBoii, and Joshua Santos, aka The Natural, will be having a meet and greet on Tuesday, July 23rd, I believe at 6:30 p.m. There's a link in the description where you can sign up to this email thingy and they will send you the address. I will also post the address down here. It starts at 6:30, July 23rd. All the details are in the description and the link also. So yeah, go check it out. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks for watching.
You know I'm a freak. Yeah.
Everybody knows you never go full retard.